Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you're watching me, then you know what we're all about. Super aging, getting older without getting old. And today I'm on a reality check. Yes, I am. My own reality check. You know why? You want to know why? Because I got a call and the person said, we need an elderly person. We need an elderly person viewpoint on a program we're going to do. And I was thinking about who you calling an elderly person. And I'm thinking like, you know what? They're talking about me. The person called me because I was an elderly, I think he said woman. We need an elderly woman. Now I love him dearly. I love the three of them, the two of them that's on this call with me coming up. I love them dearly. But I don't know when I've ever been called an elderly person. I had to think about that. What about you out there? We don't like elderly. We don't like being called old. We got the ma'am thing, but we really believe all of this. If we didn't believe all of this, we wouldn't be doing it. And so I had to think about my own reality. And so then I asked my little Gigi, I said, look, what can I pass for 75? And she said, mm-mm. I said, wait, okay. Well, 74? She's like, go the other way. I said, okay, 77. You know, because I'm thinking I'm still looking like I'm 77. She said, that's not going to work either. I said, what? What's the 70 can I get? She said, 79 going on 80. I was like, is that the best I could do? Is 79 going on 80? Oh my God. And then I had to come to a reality check. And this is the reality of it all. I am already in the older. If you're 45 and you're looking at me and I say we're getting older but not getting old, I don't mean that in numbers. See, you are missing the point with getting older without getting old. I'm already 82. So if you're 45, you told everybody her blankety blank is already old. I got that. I understand that. But I'm talking about here. I'm talking about here. I'm talking about doing things in life. I'm speaking about staying on the journey. I'm speaking about keeping your aspirations still in front of you. You still have some things to do. You got some places to go and some people to see. That's the old I'm talking about. I got the numbers. I know that. But I didn't want to be called elderly nevertheless. And then I had to get my own reality check. I said, well, Georgianne, if the person is 65 or the person is 45, you are elderly. And so, and in some places, in the African culture, an elder means something. It has a title. Now, my son-in-law is the presiding elder of the AME Church. If you get that at 45, does that mean you elderly? No, it's it uplifts you. It has a prestigious title to it. It gives you a place in society. It says you know something, you've been somewhere, and you all right. And I had to really work on myself with that elderly name. And I said, you know what? I am elderly. But I didn't like it at first, but I like it now. I am elderly. And however you look at it, I can't get away with it. And I can't be any more than what I am. I'm 82. That's what I am. And given when I was younger, I always looked younger, you know. But if 82 is what's going on right now, then I can't do anything about that. But this still means what I mean. What I say when I say we are getting older, but we are not getting older. And what I mean by that, not the numbers, but the attitude and your perception of yourself, and your and thinking of places you things you still want to do and places you still want to go. I want you to still feel like there's some life left into you. Whatever age, when you retired at age 52. 52. That was young when you look back on it. And my friend Wayne McMillan retired at 53. We retired early. We've had a lot of life to live. And that's what I want for you. you're gonna retire at 62 and 65, and the way things are going, well, I won't get into politics, but the way things are going, I don't know if you're gonna even have retirement. And I don't know what you're gonna have for retirement. But if it's time for you to come out, if you can come out now, come out, because there's still life after retirement. Retirement, as I told you, it sums up your work life, but there's still life. And that's what I all about, life. There is still life. Now, I had some notes here. I'm going to actually use them today. It said, choose new thoughts. In this new life, in this retirement life, someone said, choose new thoughts. You've retired. You got a life over here now. Choose new thoughts. Think of other things. Just don't think, unless you're taking, now wait a minute, let me back up. If the job has some skills with it, and you have brought those skills over here to the life, and you made it into a business, then that is a new thought. It's still related to what you used to do, but it's in a new wine bag. It's in a new wine bottle. You see, so you're still choosing new thoughts, but you're choosing to think differently than you did at work. You used to have to get up at 4:00 in the morning. I had to be dressed by 5. I had to be on the road by 6. So you don't have to do that anymore. But you still might want to get up and write, or get up and have coffee, get up and have your routine, get up and go to the gym, whatever it is. If you still want to get up like that, but think of you transitioning from that and moving to new thoughts, new ideas. I know we're getting older, but we're not getting old. And the reason why we're not getting old, because we have made a decision to choose new thoughts, to get on a different path. You were on that path, but you're doing something different. You're thinking differently now. You're thinking past what you used to think about. You got something else going on in your mind. You're reading more books. And now, if you're on the computer, you're watching me on YouTube. There's so much information on YouTube. YouTube is like Wikipedia in video. YouTube is Wikipedia in video. If you want to know how to do something, put it in YouTube and you will find out how to get that thing done. Stop asking people. Put it in YouTube. Think about what you're wanting to do differently that you did on that other side. You ask, yes, we're getting older, but we're not getting old. And I mean, the numbers are going. Day it follows night, like my mother always said. Night follows day, like Georgia always said. But in night following day and day follows night, then use a cycle. You're in the same cycle, and that cycle means that you can. There's something new. The old goes down and the new comes up. The old goes down and the new comes up. The prochaine, la prochaine, next. That's you. That's you. And what are you doing? How do you do that? You do that here. I got all this. I can't do anything about all this. Can't do anything about it. You see? And so it's going to show up here. Can't do anything about this, but I can do something about this. What I tell you all the time, this controls all of this. And as a result of that, then you got to think new thoughts. What else I wrote? Be still. I've talked to you about being still. In the church, in the Bible, be still and know that I am God. You have to be still sometimes. I had to be still after that conversation when he called me an elderly. We need an elderly woman's perspective. And then I thought about it. And I said, you know what? Come to reality, Georgianne. You are 82. And you do have a different perspective. And the fact that they asked for it is good. There's respect there. It's some realities you have to come to. But be still and know that I am God. And then the next thing I wrote down was sit in silence. Sit in silence. I had to learn to leave people alone that I love talking with and being with and going out with. And I didn't realize how toxic it was. I didn't realize those people were just sucking from me, just sucking things out of me They weren't putting anything in me. There was no building up of Georgianne. There was no push Georgianne. It was sucking everything. Wow. I was like, wow. And when you come to where when you sit in silence, let me tell you who does a good job of sitting in silence. I think people who fish probably do well in life because they sit with the fishing pole and they wait for the fish to come to the fishing pole with whatever they have on the end. But they sit and they look out over the water and they give themselves an opportunity to think. You got to sit in silence. I would love to go sit by some water. My dream is to go sit by some water and just look at it. Just look at the ripples in the water. But I don't have that. I have to have it in my head, you see. But those of you who can go sit by the water, go sit by the water. But if you can't, sit in a space that you adorn for yourself. You see this studio has everything in it that I like. I everything that says Georgianne. Look at it. So I can come and just sit here with or without the light. Close my eyes and just think about. You got to be able to sit with yourself. There are people who cannot sit with themselves. They got to have somebody over here and somebody over here. Somebody got to be stroking them every minute. Is that you? Listen to me. God has given you so many good thoughts and ideas that you have missed because you are listening to the noise from the outside. God would give me ideas and I would go tell people and they would take the ideas and run with it. So, okay, so I stopped all that. But you got some good ideas on the other side of the screen. And what are you doing with them? It's time for a reality check. This sometimes when I come here, I bring things that I've written or I bring you something that I've seen on TV or heard somebody say something or I read on the internet or something of interest. But today, it's a double thing with me. I got a double entendre going on here. You know, I'm talking to myself and talking to you because the reality of it all, we all are getting older. Every 45-year-old that's watching me, every 35-year-old that's watching me, you're going to be 45. Every 45-year-old, you're going to be 55. Every 55-year-old, you're going to be 65. You hope so. And when people laugh at me being 82, I say, I hope you live so long. You wish you could live this long and gone through 3 cancers and be able to sit here and do all this. You want this right here while you laughing. You see? That's how you have to look at it. I'm proud of the fact that I can sit here. But that reality thing just got me for a minute when he called me elderly because sometimes I need to be put in check. Yes, sometimes I give you all advice. I don't take myself. I tell you that sometimes. I don't take it myself. And I had to come to some reality. I had to think about one day. I said, listen, I saw somebody is 26 years older. The woman is 26. The man is 26 years older than the woman. And they had them all on E.T. tonight. Who is that, Baldwin? That actor Baldwin, his wife is 26 years younger. And he could have a 26-year younger person. And then if I wanted a 26-year younger person, all of you would be complaining. Everybody out there would be complaining. Not Georgianne, any woman. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about the 26-year-old younger woman with the man, how happy they are. And then 26-year younger man with me, I can't be happy. Because society I don't know. It's baffling. And the other one says, don't be afraid to be alone with yourself. Don't be afraid to be alone with yourself. That took some doing too, because I was used to having people around, and I liked people around, and I was at school all the time. And then I had to come to, wow, it's quiet. There's nobody here. There's nobody here. I had to come to that. Have you had to come to that? I guess this is called Confessions tonight. I'm going to name this Confessions. I had to come to that. It wasn't easy coming to that. I was by myself. And then I started liking it. I got all right with it. You know, sometimes when the lights went out, I wasn't happy with it, but I got all right with it because seemingly I thought better. All kind of ideas. I mean, I actually need a room. I think I told you that. Huge room. And I need different desks. And I could set up my own cubicle and be that one person to go to each one of my jobs that I have set up for myself. And I'll go this one day and this one another day. I need a place like that. I need a manager of each one of my businesses. So I got about 8 businesses. And I need a staff for 8 business. So I need the manager, somebody that I can just call up and say, tell them to do this. So can I be the manager and a typist and a printer all in one? I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's what I need because God has just given me so many ideas being by myself. What kind of ideas has He given you? I know you should stick on one. And I have. I've done this. I've done 800 of these videos. 800. Because I feel so comfortable here with you all. I feel like your family. And so I just want to tell and share some of the things that have happened because I don't want them to happen to you. But I got other things going on out here. I teach school. You know, I love my classes. I got papers to grade now. You see? But I need for you to understand the reality of just life. And the reality is that I am 82. And the reality is that I told you I was unhappy. I'm happy for you, but I have unhappy things going on with me. God has blessed me. Why are you unhappy, Georgia? I'm just unhappy. I just am. And it has a lot to do with this, what I saw today. I saw that program today and with Baldwin. And Baldwin's wife is 26 years younger than him. And my person cannot be 26 younger than me. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's reality. So the last thing is to give it to Jesus. When it's all said and done, you give it to Jesus. All of it, whatever it is. The getting older without getting old. The reality of age. The reality of illness. How many of you have friends and family that just found out they had cancer? A woman called me today, and her husband had a good friend, and her husband has cancer of the liver, and they keep popping up. The little cancers are popping up. You know, I think about my good friend, the late Sandra East Jackson. And one day she said, Georgianne, they just keep coming back. It just keeps coming back. And I said, oh no, it's not going, they're not going to keep coming back. They're going to stop. But it didn't stop. And she left us at a younger age than me. We fought the same battle. So I know if he left me here, then to fight alone, I'm still fighting. She fought, and we're fighting. Others of you are fighting with me. We just got to fight the battle and let God have it. You got to give it to Jesus. You do. You just have to give all of it. And so the reality of my confessions today is that, yes, my good friend who called me, if he's watching, he's going to say, oh, Jordan, you know I didn't mean it like that, but it's okay. Because I needed you to call me. We need an elderly woman's comment. It brought me to reality again. And then my little Gigi said, no, I don't think you can go back to 75. I think you might want to stay at 79. I told her, I said, then I'm just going to stay at 79. I made a joke. But with you, I'm going to say, you know, whatever age that is, tell it. I have women who say, I'm not going to tell my age. Why? I didn't understand that at all. Why are you not telling how old you are? You know how old you are? You have to be proud of how old you are. You know how good you look. I don't know any bad-looking 45-year-old women or 35-year-old women or 53. You all need to go to TikTok. Oh, you can't get TikTok because you don't have it on your phone. You got rid of it. All right. Well, I'm on TikTok. You see, but go to Instagram. I think there's some women on there. Some beautiful, beautiful people out here. The reality of it all is that we're glad to be living. Do you know people who wish they had just any part of our lives? Any part of it. I think about all the stuff I have and what I don't have, and I heard somebody, what's his name? I subscribed to him today. Money Matters, maybe, I don't know. He talked about having stuff. We have made a ton of people rich. I'm off subject right now. Let me just say this. We have made so many people rich except each other. My daughter has a site where she sells Genesis 1 products made in God's image. And we don't have any, we have about, I can count the friends that purchase anything from us. We just do not like to see each other have money. You only want to see people have money that are in the White House now. You love them. We made all those people rich. Amazon comes here every other day. Okay? Look how many Coca-Cola. Look how many people we have made rich, but we can't make each other rich. We can't buy from each other because you don't want me to have a profit. That is the most ridiculous. That's why we're in the state we are. That's why all them people are up there in Washington today. Did y'all see? Oh, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with what I'm saying. And that is a reality check for Georgianne. Confessions of Georgianne. The heartbreaks that I deal with them myself. But when I come and sit in this chair, I am so happy to be here because I know it's somebody on the other side that's glad to see me. And it's somebody on the other side that's waiting. What she said today. Okay, I think I like that. It's somebody on the other side that I'm motivating. I don't know who you are. There's somebody that believes with me. It's in the heart of hearts with me that this is what we're doing. There's somebody that's trying to do this with me. Getting older without getting old. There's somebody that's saying, I got something else I want to do. I got the energy to do it. I know I can do this. There's some rah cheering squad on the other side of this screen. And until I don't believe it, I won't. But the first time I don't think you're there, then I won't be sitting in this chair. I won't do any more videos. It's going to come a day anyway, the Lord going to call me home. And I won't be able to sit in this chair. But guess what? You'll still be able to see all the times I was in this chair. And you always say, you know what? She loved me. And you're going to be right. I love you. And you can't do anything about it.